Hi there, everybody, and welcome yet again to another episode of mine, the Creative Class with Kiran. And here I am to tell you about more words to describe food. But actually, this time I'm going to tell you words that describe the texture of the food. Look, food is something that appeals to the five senses. You can, of course, see it, you can smell it, you can hear the food being cooked when it goes crackle and pop and the sizzling sounds. You can taste it and you can touch it. So it is something that needs a better vocabulary when it comes to describing texture of the food. And so we shall discuss the words that help you to describe the texture of the food. Airy, a light pillowy texture often created by the incorporation of air. Yes, it does happen with food. Buttery, a smooth and creamy texture similar to that of butter. Chewy, the texture of food that needs to be chewed thoroughly before swallowing. It can be light and bouncy or heavy and sticky. Creamy, a smooth and rich texture that usually comes from the incorporation of dairy. Crispy, a light texture with a slight crunch. Crumbly, the texture of food with a loose structure that falls apart into small pieces of crumbs. Crunchy, a firm, crisp texture often identified by the sharp, audible noise that the food makes when being eaten. Crusty, the texture of food with a hard outer layer and soft interior. Delicate, a light, fine texture that may come apart easily. Doughy, a soft and heavy texture that is often coupled with pale coloring. Fizzy, a texture brought on by the presence of many small bubbles, usually referring to carbonated liquids. Flaky, a light texture characterized by layers that come apart during eating. Fluffy, a light and airy texture. Gooey, a viscous, sometimes sticky texture arising from the presence of moisture in a dense solid food. Hearty, a firm, robust texture. Juicy, a succulent, tender texture characterized by the presence of liquid in a solid food. Silky, a fine, smooth texture characterized by a sleek feel in the mouth. Sticky, that's a character of food, the texture that is characterized by gluiness in the mouth. Smooth, a consistent texture free of grit, lumps, or indentations. Succulent, you would know, a tender, juicy texture. Tender is a soft texture that is easy to break down. And velvety, a smooth and rich texture. I hope you found this vocabulary useful and you are going to use it next time you're describing food in your writing or in your speech. And in my next episode, I'll be speaking specifically about words that describe food preparation method. So please stay tuned in to my channel. This is Kiran's Creative Class in English, and do let me know what more you would like on my channel. Do click the like button, the subscribe button, and yes, do share it with your friends. Thank you for watching this episode.